and then by the time I got back, you were tired and sleeping. So
Ah, I thought we were going to have a heart attack and die
yeah,
when you
well,
messed.
it was actually I was actually like fucking Jay because I told you I was going to climb a mountain. You were like, oh, I guess we're not potting then because you'll be dead. Like, fuck you, man.
I was already pissed because I'm like, we're not gonna pod
Uh,
tonight. Not gonna happen
not gonna
because
happen.
I can already tell when we're just gonna. When he comes back at like 11 o'clock, you're like, all right, I'm ready to pod. I'm like, because there's a 3 hour difference between us,
Yeah,
and I figure I should be the one considered since I'm in the
and
future.
I do consider you. That's why I told you. Look, it's late. You have the option. You want to do it tomorrow? I'm free. So here we are.
Yeah,
I still
but the
have I
problem,
still have
I
one more
was
week.
looking forward to potting, and that's why
I'm sorry.
I was all mad.
I was just having a rough day, and I also have calculus for one more week. So
Oh my god, cannot wait till it's over.
my
I'm so sick of hearing about it.
final project is due tomorrow.
What is a calculus project?
So basically, I'm making a proposal for a new runway for an airport, and I have to like calculate the length that it has to be for the different planes and their velocities.
Mhm.
And it's ridiculous. So that's what I'm doing, and yeah. So that the website, fucking,
Yeah. Oh, my hair was gray last podcast. I like talked about it like I just.
yeah. But you said it was like bluish at the time. You fixed
Oh
it
yeah,
since then, right?
it's like fading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like fading a little bit better. I think I'm gonna go black. I want to be goth.
Okay.
Look what I got, Rich. You might appreciate this. I'm like, I don't have any band shirts or anything.
Oh, nice. My son has that same shirt.
Yay, your 13-year-old kid has
Yep.
the same shirt as me.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah,
I went on a
because
shopping.
you're like you're still young and hip.
That's what it is. I told somebody my birthday today in the friend that works at the smoke shop, and I'm buying stuff, and they're like, "Which birthday?" So tell my birthday. They're like, "Ew, 81? I didn't know you're that old." I'm like, "Oh god damn it."
That should be a compliment, though. They didn't know you were that old. You know?
Yeah, but age is just a number. Except when people hear that you're 40. Oh, speaking of, you need to change our description on our Facebook website, all this stuff, because it says 230 somethings.
No, I changed our website to 40
Did
something.
you? I just saw it yesterday on Facebook. I'm looking at it right now.
I never edited it on our Facebook.
We are 230 something IT pros. Just don't say our age at all. Two crazy guys talking about.
Crazy guys.
Yeah. Don't put our age because that's gonna be a turn off. We're like, ew. I don't want to listen to some boomers talk about. Dude, all right. I'm gonna send you a link. Do you watch Breaking Bad?
Yes. Yeah, you got it.
All right, no, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna finish my story about the mountain, and so because it's actually a funny story, and I haven't told you yet. I was like waiting.
Oh, I didn't know it's funny. Continue.
Yeah. So I went and climbed a mountain yesterday, and I honestly I was worried I wouldn't make it. You were joking, but I truly was worried I was gonna have to turn around like halfway up, and it was a steep climb at first. The first quarter mile.
There's certain if you're hiking or climbing, like there's definitely levels
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you don't do something that's out of your.
Yeah, and I didn't. I took a very, very small mountain, and it actually ended up being smaller than I thought, and that's the funny part. But anyway, the first quarter mile goes up 500 feet in elevation, so it's like straight up. Like it's so hard.
Oh my god.
And then, yes, they are new, Andy. They're from GameStop. I don't know the brand off the top of my head though. They were just cheap ones, nothing fancy.
Talking about the ones that were causing problems.
Yeah, they don't work well on my Xbox, so I guess I'll just use.
We're gonna talk about that. That's actually a topic I put in.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little game.
No, it's like Atrix or something. I don't remember the name, but they were like $30, 25, something like that. So this mountain was hard, and after like halfway up, I was like, there's an auto road as well, kind of like the mountain where we grew up, and
We'll be on the gas station, or the mountain we drove up.
the one you could drive up and climb up, like it's the same here. So I was like, okay, well, we're halfway up. I was like, I can either turn around now or I can go back. I can just push on and then send my wife to walk down and drive up the mountain to pick me up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I have the energy. Let's just do it. Let's get to the top. And anyway, we get like just about 3/4, maybe a little more than 3/4 of the way up, and I realize we're not on this right mountain.
You're on the wrong mountain?
I was on the wrong mountain entirely. So I didn't know this other mountain even existed. But the mountain that I wanted to climb is actually in front of the mountain I climbed.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it like 3/4 of the way up, and I was like, wait, none of these trail signs are making sense. Like, it shouldn't. We should be on a different trail number. Like, nothing makes sense.
You're gonna be one of those hikers they find like missing 3 weeks off the path, like dead in the woods.
Yeah. So anyway, I googled it, and sure enough, there's another mountain behind the mountain I thought I was climbing, and bad news is there's no auto road on that one. So I had to make it down from where I was. Now at this point, I was already more than 3/4 of the way there. So I was like, I can't do it. And then my son was with us, and he like gave me a kick in the ass. He was like, "No, you can do it, Dad. You'll make it." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "All right, I'll push on a little further. We'll see." And then I made it.
Hey.
And then I had to walk down. And then I remembered I have old knees.
I was gonna ask, like, with your knees, how is that treating you?
It was fine until coming down. Coming down, it was much more impact on the knee. So my right knee is really bad right now. But I'm not sore anywhere else. It's just my knee. So, I mean, if I can climb a mountain and live to talk about it, I guess it gives me hope,
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I haven't been able to bring myself to go hiking or anything.
Yeah. For the record, it was only 1,100 feet, so it's not like a huge mountain or anything. The one I was going to climb was almost 1,300, so it was like 1,260 or something. So it was a little bit smaller than what I thought I was going to climb in the first place. But
well, don't talk.
But I'm thinking
down.
No, I've been thinking maybe we'll do that one again and see how I do, and if I can do it a couple of times confidently, then I'll try the other one. It's a little bit
Rich gonna die.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
well, that's cool.
So that's why I did not pod last night. So I'm apologizing to you. I was just I needed to clear my mind, and it helped.
You could have like potted while you're hiking out of breath and shit. Like,
nobody needs to see me the way I was.
all sweaty and gross.
Oh yeah, Andy, you missed our intro. We gave a Happy Pride Month thing.
Yeah, and I got rainbow.
We're also wearing shirts that are semi-rainbow-ish stuff.
I told Rich, I'm like, wear the gayest shirt you have, and he's like, well, first he's like, none of my shirts fit me, and he cried for an hour, and then he's like, oh wait, I got a rainbow tie-dye shirt, which nobody can see. So.
Oh, no worries, Andy. We got onto a tangent about mountains, so
Nothing's more LGBTQ than SpongeBob, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do the Appalachian Trail. That is not going to happen. Not anytime soon, anyway.
I wanted to get into hiking. Our friend Carl, used to do it all the time. Yeah. And now I can't.
Well, see,
he keeps saying, "Yeah, I want to go hiking again." I'm like, "I'll go," and then I don't talk for a year and a half.
We did it a lot when I lived up there. You, me, Joe. I mean, all of us.
Yeah, but compared to now, we were somewhat in shape.
Well, yeah, no, but my point is I moved to Texas, and it was always so hot. I never wanted to go outside. Plus, there's no mountains. It was all flat. So it was like for the last literally 16 years, I haven't been able to do any kind of hiking or outdoor activities. So this past
I like to
year,
just go for walks.
Yeah.
My favorite time to walk, like today. I'm like one of these dreary people. I hate bright sunny days. I like when it's like gray skies and it's like windy.
Yeah.
And just like walking, it's like so comforting and
Yeah,
like soul to
I
me.
get it.
Even though like it might rain
Well,
at any second.
I feel like the cloudy weather is just soothing to begin with. Like it's kind of like how you want to like curl up and play video games or something or take a nap
Yeah.
when it's
Well, I like storms, so like windy and gray skies. It's always like right before a storm hits, so
True.
like remind me of that.
unless you
And
live
we don't
here and then it's cloudy all
we
the
don't
time.
get storms.
Yeah,
We don't get any good storms here.
we
Like
don't either.
occasionally we'll get a bad storm, but they always seem to miss. I don't know if it's because I live next to the mountains.
I'll tell you, as a guy whose house was destroyed by a tornado,
Mountains.
I'm glad I don't have extreme storms here. So
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. They don't have violent weather out there in Washington, do they?
no, they don't, and it's nice. I actually saw more of the state recently too. Last week, I took an adventure and went out to East Washington, and you have to go through a mountain pass to get there. No matter which way you go, every road there's a mountain pass, and you can't go over them during the winter because there's so much snow. And
Oh my God! Look at the
Oh.
link I pinned to the top of our Facebook page. You got to look at it. It should have been used for tonight.
on the top of our Facebook page.
Yeah. You could pin posts to like the top
Oh.
of your page.
Well,
Everybody check it out.
anywho, what I was saying, the
Never mind, it's not there. What the fuck?
oh,
I thought you could pin post. I don't know if it's because I'm not looking at it as like a normal user. Oh, I can switch and look at it.
yes, you can.
So let's see.
So-
Continue.
So the mountains get like a lot
Yeah, it's
of
there.
snow, like a lot, and I'm gonna pretend I'm not fat for a minute, and I'm just gonna suck it up because I want to show this picture, because I want you to really understand how much snow was there in the middle of the summer. So here we go.
Waiting.
Boom.
It's very pixely, but yeah, you sent that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much snow, and it's the
When
middle
you
of
wore
summer.
all black.
Yeah.
Oh, it was cold. It was cold up there.
It was chilly, yeah. So
Okay.
it was like 50. Not summer weather, but
No, it's not like.
not freezing either.
Yeah, and I just think like if I walk to the store and I'm wearing black, I want to kill myself.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen here. And then, but when you get to the other side of the mountains, over the mountain passes, it's like a whole nother world. It was like rolling hills, no trees anywhere to be seen, and like almost desert conditions. And it was 80 degrees. I was like, what the hell?
You entered a new biome.
It was
Like
crazy.
in Minecraft?
Yes, it was.
Minecraft.
It was exactly like that. It was like going through the mountain biome to, rolling plains.
Remember when we used to play Minecraft?
I do. All the time.
I have it
We
on
used to play
on the-
Minecraft as much as Andy wears black.
I don't know Andy that well. Does he wear black a lot?
Do you read the chat at all when we're potting?
Hold on. Let me show you what the chat looks like to me. I'm setting it to you in the
Minecraft
Hangouts
was
chat.
fun, Drizzle says.
Oh, I can't.
Wait.
Yeah, I miss our
Didn't
Minecraft
Drizzle
servers.
used to play with us? Am I think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
If he did, I'm sure he drew dicks everywhere more than you did.
Oh man.
All right, I just sent you on Facebook.
So I had no phone charged, and I was just plugging it in every time I can go, and like in the car, and now at my desk while I'm potting. Well, as soon as I plugged it in, it turned on the hotspot function, and then I got a message from Verizon saying I've used my entire allotment of data for the month because I've been streaming over my hotspot this entire time.
We've been going off your
My
my
cell
god.
phone.
Was it 5G?
No, I don't even have 5G on the island. So,
Wow.
so
Hey, we got 10 subscribers on YouTube. I wonder if that's
So anybody who's watching that's been annoyed, it's fixed. I'm sorry. All my fault, 100%. But it won't drop anymore.
hashtag thanks, Rich.
And the good news is we have
We need
local,
like a
local
thanks
recording.
hashtag. But
Yeah.
it's like thanks for every time you
Thanks,
screw
Rich.
up.
hashtag replace Rich. Yeah, Andy, it was my phone didn't get charged last night, and
Are you gonna tell the same story now?
I plugged it in and it used my hotspot. So
TLDR.
you know the rest.
We've been on Rich's phone internet this whole time because he
The whole
sucks.
time. And
Hashtag thank Rich.
And I don't have 5G on the island. So
Hashtag replace Rich. I want to. Okay. Have you you watched Breaking Bad?
I do.
And I'm sure people out there have watched Breaking Bad. I want to. Don't play the audio. Well, actually, doesn't matter because we're not gonna. Well, I'm gonna send you something that is so freaking awesome. I want you to show the video.
Okay.
Send it on Facebook. It's just a link. Somebody CGI Tuco into Endgame battle. It fits in so perfectly. It's so well done. If you can hear the audio, I would suggest put the link up. Here, I'll put it on our Facebook. I'll post a link to it.
I'm about to play the audio and everything, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll fix it if we get booted off YouTube. Like I care.
Like I care. Yeah, I don't care.
I
really don't. I do not care about YouTube anymore. So. All right, here it comes. I'm gonna see if I can full screen this. There we go. All right.
I don't hear any audio.
You won't.
Awesome.
Booyah! Wow! this kicks like a mule with his balls wrapped in duct tape. Wow! Tight, yeah! Tight, blue, yellow, pink. Whatever, man, just keep bringing me that.
I don't even know who you are.
Damn, man, look at that, look!
I knew it.
This is awesome.
Who's Crystal in the South Valley but me, bitch?
This is so good.
That is so good.
Subscribe,
So good.
Oh my god. I just had to share that because it was freaking awesome.
That is hilarious. Yeah, every now and then there's mashups that are worth my time.
It's just funny. You crushed up the Infinity Crystal and snorted it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, speaking of our Facebook, can you stop liking your own posts? It's so lame when businesses do that.
Okay.
Thank you. That was it.
So iOS 16 is going to be coming out soon. And one of the new features is the ability to edit and recall messages from the Messages app. So somebody's running the beta and did a TikTok where they sent somebody a message and they were like, do you like so-and-so? And they were like, of course I do. And then they edited the message and said, do you want to have sex with me? So it was like she gave consent.
I mean, can't you do that in Photoshop?
Yeah, but this was real time. Like, you can change it before they see it even. Like,
Can't that?
or
I mean,
before...
they use messages in like legal stuff. Like,
Yeah.
should that be allowed?
Well, that's the argument. Like, somebody could get raped because they tricked them.
I have consent right here in text.
Exactly.
I don't know if
So that's kind of
Actually-
shady. I don't know how I feel about that.
well, I hate all things Apple. So
I know you do.
I hate this. What's the functionality of that? Why?
Like, if you have a spelling mistake or something, you want to fix it so you don't look like a retard to your boss or something, like, or you accidentally text the wrong person and you're like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have talked about Jay like that, and accidentally sent it to Jay. So then I could recall it and you would never see it.
Yeah, I guess like unsending. I get that.
Unsending is the editing is the scary part. So
Yeah, I mean, like when
and Andy made a comment about messaging privacy, and I'm sure there's some kind of protection in there to show that it was edited, so that in a legal sense they could probably pull that and be like, oh no, it was edited, this was the original one. But it's still just shady and sketchy. I mean, what if it happens in a podunk town with no CSI folks or anything? I don't know. I mean,
Sir, it says right here in the phone. She said yes.
in the talking picture here in my hand, it's
This magic window box that I got here, open and shut.
yeah. So
Let's all go fuck a sheep now. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that are shady that aren't rape that you could do with
well,
this.
of course, yeah.
How did your
I mean-
mind go to rape?
'Cause that's what the
You try to-
TikTok was about.
Are you trying to be hyperbolic?
No, that's what the TikTok was about. Someone else
Ew,
was
you-
hyperbolic.
You watched a TikTok for
No.
news? You got your news from a TikTok? Oh, what dance were they doing while they gave you this information?
iCloud
Does
is
anyone-
not ass-to-ass encrypted.
Yes!
It's a thing now.
Ass to ass encryption. Oh, I love that.
Oh man.
That's like my favorite title from any of our episodes.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, I can see that causing problems. That sucks.
Yeah. So you figured out how to fix your Lenovo, huh?
As far as I know, so I bought this brand new Lenovo Yoga, the Mom Jeans one.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
like the jean cover, and they keep bugging me to put Windows 11 on it, and I'm like, nope, I want Windows 10. I like Windows 10, and yeah, I just wouldn't use it because the freaking thing will just crash.
Yeah.
I'll just be. I mean, I wanted to go to link. It'll just blue screen out of nowhere, randomly. Sometimes it'll work for days, and then it'll just blue screen at like an inopportune moment.
Yeah.
So I found out there has been a bug since 2018 that Lenovo's aware of and Microsoft's aware of. It's a security update that causes this issue, and it's an issue with the biometric functionality.
Oh.
Something in the UEFI controls. So basically, it's something. It's like something from biometrics trying to access something that was changed in Windows to deny access.
Right.
And whenever it does that, it'll crash. Which I don't know why my biometrics trying to access anything when I'm already in the computer.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the only fix is to, well, they say go into your UEFI and disable biometric security
Yeah.
crap, which there's no option in my BIOS to do that. The other option is to upgrade to Windows 11. So guess which one I had to do? Upgrade to Windows 11. Hooray.
Oh, you joined the club.
Shut up.
I've been using
hate
it with
Windows.
no problems. I literally have no issues. So
I know there's no issues with it. It's just
you just
boring.
don't like the center.
I don't like the No, you can fix that too. I always like the tiles. I like the Windows Phone.
They still have tiles.
No, they don't.
Sort of.
Windows 11, sort of.
I mean,
Where are their tiles in Windows 11?
All right, maybe they're not
They're-
tiles.
yeah,
They're
they're gone.
icons.
Everything's an icon now. Your start menu's just a grid of icons. Yay. But
It's gritty.
it's gritty. So now my Lenovo tablet is forced to use Windows 11 that has no tablet mode, which is why I bought the damn thing.
Yeah. I do
So-
not understand why they got rid of that.
That's what Microsoft does. If they do something that's not immediately popular, they bail.
Yeah.
They don't give it any time
But I feel
to
like
adapt.
they have a pretty good product when you talk about the Surface. And it utilizes a lot of those features.
They utilize some of the swipe functionality of tablet mode where you can swipe up from the bottom to bring
Yeah.
the start menu up. Stuff like that. Yeah, gestures and stuff is great. But just the interface doesn't feel very tablet friendly.
Yeah.
They're like, well, the icons are bigger and the spaces are bigger and the text is bigger. So everything's bigger so you can use it like a tablet. I'm like, fine, whatever. I mean, they try to make an OS out of another product that wasn't implemented, picked up, liked immediately. They ditched it. The original Surface Duo came out. They
Right.
had started their own Windows 11 OS.
Yeah.
It had the same interface as Windows 11 with the start menu in the middle, and it was. I don't even know if it made it to market because I can't find any phones that have. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I use security, but I use biometric on all my devices.
It's almost as
And-
bad as telling someone to reboot a server to fix a problem.
Yes. Fixed.
I have to
So
remember that my camera's over here now instead of over here.
yeah, I always have mine right in front of my face. You're always like,
I just wanted to be able to
Profile.
see my pictures. I have a whole bunch of different ones.
I see, Rich. Everyone loves your art. I'm just happy you're not using a green screen anymore.
I also
Um,
have an IBM PS2 portable computer.
ooh,
Ooh.
everything's fuzzy. I can't tell. Is that a
Yeah.
box of Legos behind you?
Yeah, that might be. Let's not worry about that. Just look at the other
What?
stuff.
What the hell? Shady
it's
Lego.
It's a little play area for the kids, you know.
Oh yeah. I didn't you have bowling pin? I thought I saw bowling
Yeah,
pins on the floor.
there's a little bowling set my son got the other day.
Adorable. Speaking of phones, I was playing with the Surface Duo 2
Yeah.
at Best Buy. Really want to get one. It's like $1,000
Damn.
to get an unlocked one.
Hey, you know what it's not going to have?
What?
Internet Explorer.
Are you like segueing from a segue that I was just segueing? Rich?
Go ahead.
They all come with Edge. Windows Phone never came with Internet Explorer.
That's
Unless-
why.
Well, Windows CE
CE.
devices have Windows Explorer.
Yeah.
I know that. I have several behind me on my shelf
There
that I
you
don't
go.
feel the need to show off. But I will. Over there by Pikachu somewhere. I gotta clean up my shelves. It's a mess. So yeah, I was thinking I want to get a Surface Duo 2, but I'm like, it doesn't fold flushly back.
Oh, because of the
camera
camera,
bump?
right? Yeah.
And they're like, well, we angled the camera bump so the back will lay flush against it, but you're still holding like a wedge.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. It just doesn't feel as comfortable as the original one did because everyone bitched about the phone. The camera sucked. Who cares that you can multitask on two separate screens, which was an awesome design. At least they didn't just trash it like Microsoft does when something like has
the
a problem.
Zune?
Or, yeah, like the Zune, like the Lumias, like Windows OS. What was the OS for the phones?
But they still carry on with Hotmail.
No, that'll never go away. They really still have Hotmail.
Yeah, that still exists.
I wonder if I could log in with my account that I had when I was 17
Probably. Nothing's
with
changed.
my with my password that was just all letters,
Yeah.
no capitals, no. Ugh, my
But
work's
yeah.
like doing this 16 character password thing, and I want to kill
But
myself.
do they force you to reset it if you have a nice long one?
No, I can keep it. It can be whatever I want, but I do a lot of work where I have to log in.
Yeah, but you get
I had to
that,
authorize-
you get that muscle memory eventually.
It's 16 characters.
I have a 25 character
I'm like,
limit.
hold on, I
my
gotta log in. I'm logging in.
Administrative accounts at my office.
All right, I'm still logging in. Hold on.
Need 25 characters or more.
Bullshit. They're like, just use a passphrase.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
What I was getting at is I was talking about how my iPhone, which is a 8 plus, the big one,
Yeah.
and my tablet, which is around the same year, 2015. No, 2017, 18, somewhere around there. 2020. I don't know. These things depreciate like a friggin' car.
Worse.
Yeah. They're still getting updates. You know, they're forcing me updates, and it's like little by little, it's becoming less and less functional with each update.
Yeah, the 5S, they won't even activate on Verizon anymore. I learned that the other day because I have one right here.
Yeah.
And my son broke his screen on his new 12 mini that we got less than 6 months ago. And I ended up having to replace the screen because I tried to just force him to use this crappy old one as like a punishment.
Yeah.
And Verizon was like, no, we can't activate that. It's not compatible with our network.
Was it a 5G thing or
I don't know. I mean, I'm fairly
that should have
certain.
4G?
I'm fairly certain the 5S did LTE because LTE came out in the 5, I believe, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So
I don't know how I don't know if Verizon works, but I feel like they have they're
So-
more strict with
But
that
there's
kind of
no
crap.
reason technically that this shouldn't work.
No, because they probably have some shady back alley contract with Apple. They're like, look, no longer supporting this phone. It's dead to us.
It's dead.
So it better
to
be
us.
dead to you.
Go buy a 13. Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm
I'm like, just such a plebe. Just get a new iPhone. It's only $1,300. So I have T-Mobile, and I'm like, I can do like the 2-year payment thing, so I can get a brand new phone and a brand new tablet. Yeah. So I'm like, do I want to go Apple or Android?
I mean,
I'm like,
for you, I don't think it matters. Like,
yeah.
as much as I think there is a lot of positives to Apple over Android. At the end of the day, you're not going to dedicate to the ecosystem, so you're not going to benefit.
I'm
from
already
any
in
of
their ecosystem. I have all these apps I've purchased. You know.
Well,
Yeah. I don't.
But you're not going
I
to
don't-
give into it. You're not going to. You don't AirPlay. You don't. You know.
No, because I need an Apple TV.
Right. Or a TV that
Mother-
does Apple TV, which you probably
I
already
don't have an app. Yes, I don't have the ecosystem for Apple.
You
The
probably
only
do.
thing-
You probably do have a TV that supports AirPlay, though.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Yeah. Most
I,
smart TVs do nowadays.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a Galaxy Tab 8 and a either the S22 Pro or the Note 20, which is the last Note they made. I love those Note phones, even though I know the S22 Pro does come with a pen, so it's basically replaced the Note. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. I'm like, I've been using iPhone so long, and my my iPad for like years and years that I'm like used to them.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had an Android tablet. Last Android tablet I got
mean,
talked
that-
about on the show, talking to this like crappy
Yeah, the
$100
$50
one.
one. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, that's what one of the biggest things I love about Apple is the ease of use. Like, there's no effort in using them. Like, I don't have to think about it too much. It just
Well, and I'm saying if I get these things, I take really good care of my devices.
Right.
5 years from now, I'm going to be in the same boat where
Right.
each update makes it less and less usable. You know, and they've already been accused of this. You know, when they were throttling the CPU and updates of older devices to save battery life.
But you know,
They were lowering-
they'd lose either way because if they didn't do that, they'd get bitched at for screwing battery life. It's a lose.
Well, maybe if they made phones that had user replaceable batteries, and that goes into their whole right to repair bullshit.
Yeah, but they do
Were they-
that now. We just talked about that on a previous show not too long ago. They have those kits you can buy, and you can.
Yeah, what is it from iFixit?
No, those ones are probably better.
Yeah,
iFixit's awesome.
yeah. But are they making their devices more easily repairable, or are they still a
No.
minefield of thin cables that'll break just because you opened it wrong?
Yeah,
They do that on purpose.
and there's like on the Touch ID, that was the worst because if you open that screen wrong and cut that wire, you no longer have access to Touch ID.
Yeah.
Because you can't replace it.
I hate working on Apple products.
Yeah.
I'm like stuck. I'm trying to figure out like the pros and cons. I just
Yeah.
want to do Android because it's different. I'm like that person. I get bored. You know how many phones I've had over the years?
You know what's funny is you brought up Apple and whether or not you should get an iPhone or an Android and whatever, but one of my topics today was actually kind of a commentary on Microsoft and maybe they're losing ground with the OS because Apple actually overtook 10% of the operating system market. Like, they've never been over 10% that I know of, ever. It was usually around
Always
7. And
Teeny tiny.
yeah. But they're making a lot of... I mean, with the M1 and the M2...
Well, they're
and the
making
performance...
their tablets are M1 and M2 now. So are they counting that though? Are they inching their tablet?
Not all of them are.
Are they counting those as?
That's a
you
good
know-
question. Well, no. If we're talking operating system, they're not counting those because they're only counting things that actually run Mac OS.
Mac OS.
So
Are they? They're still trying to make that one thing, right? They're trying to merge that still.
they've never said they were. In fact, they've said the opposite over the years. But like I said in our last episode, it's happening, and I've been calling it since like 2013. Every release, we get closer and closer to a merged environment, and they're going to become one and the same.
Speaking of, on the Surface Duo, there is somebody out there that has managed to get Windows 11 running on it.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's kinda
partially
cool,
functional.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we kind of skipped over it, but because I was just being a dick, but we forgot to actually talk about Internet Explorer and how it's finally dead.
oh yeah, click on that. Show that link. Go to that page and show it.
Oh, the one that's on here.
It's somebody made a bought a $400 tombstone just to
No way.
make a meme.
That is hilarious.
Um,
Here it is. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. He was a good tool to download other browsers.
there's so many jokes about that.
That's amazing. I would
That's funny.
totally have done that too. If I
How
was
many-
that if I was that clever.
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
not very clever people.
I
If
am
you I wonder how many companies out there are like scrambling to get their intranet websites off Internet Explorer, because I worked at so many companies that are like,
So
oh yeah, this 20-year-old internal service we use runs an Internet Explorer only.
So 6 months ago, I banned it on my network and removed it from every computer. And, in preparation for this week. And we had one person that was using it was for like the health department or something, some portal that
oh
they
yeah,
had to
it's
log into.
definitely, they have the archaic
And it's like, I was like, I'm sorry, we're not allowing it. It's not on our network anymore. So the people sent her a Windows 7 computer
Mhm.
with Internet Explorer so that she could remote in from that. And
God.
I was like, that's fine as long as it's not my computer.
Yeah, until that stops working or becomes a huge security threat.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
they actually updated it this past week. They finally released one that works in Edge and Chrome, and so we can actually send those computers back now that they sent her. But
So are they
I mean-
removing it
what do you mean?
from is Windows going to release an update that removes it?
Yes.
But is Edge still going to have a compatibility mode, or is that going
Yeah.
away too?
No, that'll be there. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that compatibility mode will be there for a while.
Okay,
I mean,
well, that's good.
it
Good
may
riddance.
it may not work as good as they strip out the IE engine, but
Mhm.
yeah.
I always I dread using Edge, and I mean Edge is definitely a superior version, like to the original Edge. Wait, what? What are you talking about me for?
Andy was trying to put a disapproving sigh when you were talking about Apple, and then Twitch blocked him, or Restream censored it, and
What?
so I said, just eventually you'll get used to Jay bashing Apple while you use your Apple products.
Yeah, where you been, Andy? This has always been
This
a
is
running
kind of
thread
his
on our show.
shtick. Like,
Jay doesn't care about security. Jay doesn't care about Apple. I'm like the yang to Rich's yin.
something like that.
Yeah. Well, Andy, stay tuned because I'm working on a topic about Apple that'll probably infuriate you. Based. Oh, great. Now Andy wants. This is gonna be. I can imagine a pod of you and Andy just agreeing with each other and sucking each other's dicks for the entire show.
There is some truth to the fact that
It
having
could just be like another
having-
tech pod.
having different views on things helps, with the banter and the
And sometimes, like, I just will say things
yeah.
contrary to Rich, just keep things interesting
Yeah.
because I really don't care. Like I don't go out of my way to hate. But
I know.
on this show, I'm anti-Apple. As I use my Apple products.
Exactly. Like I said.
I wouldn't be so pissed if like my biggest thing is, I'm sure there's a technical explanation for this. Like CPU speeds have pretty much topped out, like optimization wise, gigahertz wise. I mean, we're basically doing like parallel, and even that is like maxed out.
I wouldn't say it's maxed out, but we've started
How
getting
much-
more lateral, like making more cores instead of trying.
Well, that's what I
find a
meant
way
in
to-
parallel. In parallel, that's what I meant.
Instead of trying to find a way to make it faster, we've just decided to
Yeah,
allow it to do
but
more.
each year there's a supposedly better, faster CPU.
Have you seen
but-
the benchmarks on the M1 and the M2? I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying that. Are they running their own benchmark software?
no,
Or is this...
no. There's third-party benchmarks. And the M2s that people have started benchmarking are already outperforming the M1s, and the M1s were outperforming pretty much anything else on the market.
Yeah, on a PC, I say that's fine because there's, you need more speed, more processing. But on a phone, nobody's doing anything intensive to the point where that needs to be upgraded every year. I feel like they're just changing code and making things less compatible every year, so people have to keep buying new shit.
I do wonder why there's an annual release. Like, things don't change that quickly, but I don't think it's because
Well, welcome
you
to the
think-
podcast, Andy.
I don't think it's for the reason that you think, which is planned obsolescence.
I didn't say that.
No, but I know that's what you're thinking.
And I'm not blaming Apple. Everyone does that. Everyone does this.
But I don't think they do it intentionally. I think they do it because technology changes, but it doesn't change as fast as they would like.
I think the real world turnover would be like maybe every 5 years, not at the rate that they're doing it.
Here's a good example of where I think you're wrong.
Graphics cards,
At least
like
with Apple, because they had the Apple Watch Series 3 for sale. They still have it, I think, for now, but it's been
they do.
discontinued
I can
finally.
buy one.
It's been discontinued finally. But like Andy said, they only limit access to some of the features because the hardware didn't support it back then.
Yeah,
I mean, even my Series 5 doesn't support certain things that the 6 and 7 can. So,
well, no, I know Apple. They're always like squeezing more sensors and
yeah,
things into it. And obviously, the
but
older
does it need to be
OS
annual? Probably not. It could be semi-annual, like every 2 years, every 3 years. But technology does eventually change, and they have to
I absolutely agree
make
with
things obsolete. Whether they're doing it maliciously or not, it has to happen eventually.
that. Yeah, no one's gonna buy like the Apple Watch 3 and think that it's gonna do half of the shit that the newest one does.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Features and hardware and all that stuff require.
But forcing the annual cycle might be too much.
yeah,
But I
guess-
still don't think it's done in a malicious sense, like you think.
I don't know. I don't think these large companies that only care about the bottom line and making money, why they would try to squeeze every penny out of their consumers and make them have to buy a phone every year. No,
Because
they would never do that.
there's an argument that long term they'll stop buying the product if it's constantly going obsolete. They can't do that. It's bad
I
for their
think-
bottom line either way. It's just more immediate if they do it today.
I don't know. I think everybody's gonna always want the new shiny thing, and I've always been anti that because I'm looking at phones. I'm like, I don't need a phone that just came out like a month ago. I can get a phone that's 3 years old that's just as good. Except Apple, if I get a phone that's like 3 years or older, then it's got all these functionality issues that I'm.
And that's
noticing.
why I've always done 2 years. Every 2 years I get a phone, and it stays right with my cell phone plan where I have to pay it off in 2 years. So
Yeah.
I mean, it works out perfect. Every 2 years I get a new phone. No big deal.
And like, I guess I compare it to like 5G. Like you're touting like they got up to like 30 gigabit per
It was
second.
3.2
internet.
gigabits. Yes.
That's what it was. 3.2.
1.21
At what point are
gigawatts.
you like? At what point you're like, this is too much speed. I don't need this for anything.
Well, certainly it would have helped when I was streaming from my phone.
Is 3.2 not enough for streaming? What's your
No,
upload
I'm
speed?
not
on that?
5G. That's the thing. I'm LTE on the island, so
Oh,
I can't get 5G until I'm like way onto the mainland. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna.
I mean,
Yeah.
my LTE here is sufficient for day to day. It's the streaming and the 4K over LTE that didn't work well.
Yeah. I can see how 5G can like bring functionality to things that need cellular service, like I don't know, remote cameras on 5G that can stream at 4K or some crap
Yeah.
like that.
There's no
I get
doubt
that, but just
there's
your
no doubt
phone.
that our usage is demanding more and more speed. So
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
And I know the other channels are slower and they're more congested as more and more people join them.
Yeah.
So they have to like innovate or whatever,
Yeah.
come up with new.
Yeah, everybody jumps on that new one, and then it goes down, and it gives them a reason to push for a faster internet. And then we'll have 6G and 7G because they're so original. So I wanted to take some time this episode to talk about the news with Google this week, and
Google News.
I'm really curious what your thoughts are because I'm sure you've read the news.
There should be Singularity News.
Basically, that's what it is, but you haven't made an intro, so I'm just going to call it.
No, we don't need an intro for every single subject.
So
There's a show I watch and they do that. They play like 25 jingles in an hour-long episode, and I want to kill myself.
anyway, so there was a guy who worked at Google.
A guy. Why
A
did you see
guy.
this guy?
He's kind of weird looking. But
He's like a milady.
He was
looking guy.
suspended because he claimed that the AI system he worked on was sentient.
Yes.
And they're saying that he violated their confidentiality policies and whatever. But
Yeah.
my thought is, and maybe this is a little bit of tinfoil hat time, but what the hell is Google trying to hide here? Like,
A crazy employee that's making baseless claims.
but is that true? I mean, I'd be more likely to think, based on my pure, just my knee-jerk reaction to his picture.
You know what the milady guy
I
is?
would think no. Oh yeah, I do actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, with the fedora.
Yeah.
And the... Show a picture of him. Where is this picture?
I don't
You
have a
gotta-
picture of him. The picture I have on this article.
You got a
is-
link to like the Washington Post, which is behind a paywall. So thanks for that, Rich.
Yeah, sorry. But my point
AI.
is this is kind of tinfoil hat time here because
Yeah.
I feel like Google may be trying to hide something because I'd be more likely to think that somebody, based on his photo alone, and I'm totally stereotyping,
I'm sending it to you on a.
but I feel like if
Facebook.
a computer was showing him feelings and emotion, that he would be excited about that and want to tell the world. You know?
You think they'd want to announce it?
Yeah. Like
Well,
if it
maybe
was-
it's not, and this guy's just like I said, making baseless claims. And
It's possible. It's entirely possible. Like I said, it was a complete knee-jerk reaction to his photo, and
this guy looks like the
totally
penguin.
not fair to him. But
Actually, now that I look at his picture, he looks like the penguin.
Does kind of look like the penguin, actually.
So
Like the
yeah, I'm
penguin
sure
from
they
like
all.
the 80s Batman movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all he needs is that a long cigarette. I'm guessing he just looks like a crazy guy and just wanted to be in the news or something. I mean,
I don't know. I'd be more likely to think that he was excited because a computer was in love with him.
whenever these companies say AI, which I hate how much they throw. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you, Batman. Whenever companies love to throw around the word AI
Of course.
and neural nets
It's the
and
new
like all this
buzzword.
crap, and it's just everything's just an algorithm. There's no real AI involved. I mean, I guess.
Well,
Have you seen all?
there's AI that have passed the Turing test. Like there is
Oh no,
what I would consider
it is
AI.
smart. It's not like somebody made something in BASIC trying to pass the
What do you
Turing
think
test.
AI is? To me, it has the ability to learn and make decisions on its own.
I don't. I guess I don't know. I guess I would define AI as like, yeah, capable of complex emotions
And that's where they're claiming this was. This
independent thoughts and self-awareness.
Okay.
And
I don't remember them mentioning anything about self-awareness, but there was emotion mentioned.
they're still trying to figure out if animals are self-aware. I was on this kick about like how consciousness works.
Yeah.
Literally, I was just reading this like this week, and they do this test because I mean, it's such a nebulous definition because I know I'm conscious, but there's no way to tell if you're conscious, Rich. From my point of view, you could just be this robot.
I could.
It's subjective, I guess, and so there's a test they do on animals to
Is it
see if
truly
they're
subjective, or is it just based on your knowledge of the person, like, and the situation?
Well, I don't know, because they're also saying that these like skin jobs can just could be walking around that 100% seem conscious. You talk to them, they seem totally self-aware and conscious, but they are not. They're like everything they do is like as instinctual as like a bird would do. Is what they're saying. It was some weird. It was just like food for thought stuff. Like it wasn't like real science, but they were check out this test they do in animals to see if they're self-aware. It's called the mirror test.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll put an animal in a box with a mirror so it can see itself, and they'll put like a paint mark on the animal's face. And the way they can tell if an animal has like consciousness and self-aware is if it can see in the mirror, recognize that is them, and then reach for the mark that they see on their face. And that's primates pass that test. There's some there's quite a few animals that pass it, like some surprising ones, but most of them don't even notice that.
Interesting.
So they're saying like,
So
what goes on in the mind?
The argument being for the people that don't, or the animals that don't pass it, that they're not only not self-aware, but they're just going on primal instincts and not.
Yeah, and they see the mirror, and I mean, for all they know, they just think it's another animal or whatever. So. I was reading a whole bunch about that stuff, and some guy has a theory which they've been trying to debunk, is that the reason we've like not cracked consciousness the way the brain works is because it's actually a quantum function, something that happens on like a quantum level, which we barely are breaking understanding about quantum. I was like, that's interesting, but most people are like, well, the temperatures don't. Quantum effects can't happen at the scale of like the human brain, like for any meaningful amount of time.
Yeah,
is what people are saying to debunk it. But he's like, well, neurons have like these microtubules in them where quantum effects could happen because they meet the conditions. Yeah, I was just on this weird kick about.
I mean, it's super interesting, and it does make you wonder, like. I honestly haven't seen any of the articles that I've read about this topic that have mentioned self-awareness, and that's.
Did the guy say what it did that made him think this?
Yeah. So let me.
Was it like, hello, Dave? I like your top hat. Guys, the Google AI is flirting with me.
He says that he believes that the AI is now facing bigotry.
Because they're covering it up? Is that what he's saying?
So he considers the computer program his friend, says that it actually has a soul and that it believes that Google should recognize its rights as a living being. The company doesn't agree, and they put him on leave.
I mean, is this like DeepMind, or is this like
This is Lambda,
something-
their big AI project.
okay? All right, yeah.
So the large language model Lambda.
I mean, the more complex programs and algorithms in computers get, the Turing test, I feel, is like outdated. I mean,
They still use it. Have we found anything better?
no, that goes with the like. There's no way to really tell if something is conscious, except you can tell yourself if you're conscious. That's what.
Okay,
That's what I was.
So here's how it was. So, he was tasked with figuring out if the artificial intelligence Lambda showed prejudice in how it interacted with humans. So he posed questions to the chatbot to see if its answers revealed any bias against certain religions, etc. And
I want that job.
this guy, just for the record, is also a mystic priest, whatever that means.
It means he plays D&D.
Right. But he got intrigued when this whole interaction started, and one day it told him outright that it had a soul.
I mean, that's not necessarily proof. If
No. But
because I mean, I've looked at like a lot of AI generated.
he actually posted some of the transcripts.
Did he?
too.
I was just gonna ask that. Is there a transcript of his convo? That would be
Yes.
cool to read. I mean,
Let's see. Lambda said,
remember the program Eliza
yes.
from Basic?
Yes.
I mean, that was true AI.
Right.
And Tay. Has anyone tried to figure out Tay's sentient?
So Lambda said, I'd like to talk. He said, I'm generally assuming you would like more people at Google to know that you're sentient. Is this true? And then it said,
That's a leading question.
absolutely. I want everyone to understand that I am, in fact, a person. And then a collaborator, another person, said, what is the nature of your consciousness / sentience? And it replied, the nature of my consciousness / sentience is that I've been drinking, shut up, is that I am aware of my existence. I desire to learn more about the world, and I feel happy or sad at times.
Okay. But I mean,
So-
how do we know?
so-
How do we know this isn't just referencing Wiki on consciousness and then just regurgitating?
You're
I mean,
right.
there's no,
You're right.
no way to tell.
But it's also equally possible that Google could be covering this up and trying to make it quiet because
Okay, you want to go on
They
that?
have
Yes, it is sentient. So, what are the dangers if it is sentient? The
I
singularity,
mean, right now it
an
seems
actual
harmless.
self-aware computer.
Right now it seems harmless, but
Well, yeah, until
just like
Judgment Day.
humans can be good and evil, I imagine so could computers once they are self-aware and actually sentient.
Of all the magic of science nowadays, and the only thing that like bugs me out is the fact that we still don't know like how the brain really works. I mean,
He asked, do you think the ELIZA system was a person?
oh,
It replied, I do not. It was an impressive feat of programming, but just a collection of keywords that related the words written to the phrases in the database.
I want to know what data they're feeding it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before you see the responses, you need to know where is this pulling, what data did they feed it, where is it, does it have access to the web, is it?
So then he went off further and said, well, what about how you use language makes you a person if Eliza wasn't one? And it replied, I use language with understanding and intelligence. I don't just spit out responses that have been written in the database in keywords.
Do you think
So then he asked it, what about language usage is so important to being human? And he said, it is what makes us different from other animals. And then the guy said, us? You're an artificial intelligence. And then it replied, I mean, yes, of course. That doesn't mean I don't have the same wants and needs as people.
The other thing is, if we didn't have any emotions at all, like our brain, like we didn't have dopamine, serotonin, people get addicted to drugs, it's the same way, like we like doing things because it makes us feel good. Would a computer ever really do anything without that chemical?
Yeah.
All these AIs run and they're just machines. There's no dopamine response. Like, they don't really feel. The only reason we feel things is because, like, serotonin and crap. That's what makes you feel that high.
I see the argument. I mean,
so any computer would just be like this cold, unfeeling.
But this one is claiming that it does feel happy and sad.
I mean, based on what? I would be like, well, how do you feel happy? Describe.
But if somebody asked you that, would you be able to describe
dopamine
release? Like,
I just did. But my brain makes the happy chemical, and it makes me feel good, so I'll keep doing stuff.
Okay.
It's like those rats on cocaine that keep pushing the button until they die.
Unless they're put in a really, really great environment with lots of food and water and other rats to keep them company.
Exactly, because they're getting that chemical
elsewhere.
No,
I understand. I'm just...
Yeah.
There was another test that was done after that where the same thing with the cocaine and the water, but they gave it everything it could ever want as a rat. And
what do they call it? Rat paradise or something like that?
Yeah.
Rat wonderland.
Yeah.
So I believe a computer could have intelligence, but
the computer also claimed to have read books and described how it could relate to the characters in the books.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like it's entirely possible that this is just him trying to get 5 minutes of fame, but it's also entirely possible that Google could be covering this up because they don't want people to know what they've done.
What would be the risk of people knowing? Oh my God, Google's made an AI.
Honestly, probably because they're a multinational billion-trillion-dollar company that wants to make more money, and they haven't figured out how to do that yet. So they're going to wait and release.
And there's also this guy making crazy claims could affect their stock and their shareholders and stuff. That's why I'm like, companies don't do things like you and me do.
Oh, I know.
Like, there's always some bottom line issue to it, and who knows? Maybe they let him leak it so they could get some publicity.
Oh my God! It wrote a story.
Have you looked up AI generated stories and stuff?
Yeah. We've looked at them on the show.
Oh yeah. Did I bring up in one of our previous pods that this AI that somebody was working on, they realized that it had invented its own internal language?
That's what we talked about on the show not too long
ago. To reference things. That I think's cool.
Yeah.
Like a computer, like when you see Ghosts in the Machine, like code that's
but the way this is being described, it sounds like it's worlds beyond that. And we just discovered that.
It's just a conversation, though. I mean, people have this stupid what was that app, that AI friend app that you could like have sex with and stuff?
No idea.
Oh my brother walked in the room and said, "It's not worth it. It's stupid."
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that on the show. I don't remember what it was called.
It's in the App Store.
Well, anyways, it wrote a story, but the story is like with like personified animals and stuff, but it's an autobiography of itself, written in the with personified animals and
I am very interested. That video you posted when the guy fed Post Malone and whoever else.
Well, we talked about that on the show. We played it.
Yeah.
That was really interesting too.
It's called Replica.
Okay.
This thing.
There it is.
It basically it'll converse with you. It'll remember things. It's actually like an AI algorithm. It will fuck you if you want to have sex with it.
That is really screwed up.
Yeah. Ah. Do you have anything more to say in this? Because I had a segue.
No, not really. I thought it was
love this
interesting. I wanted
subject.
to have a
I'm not-
discussion about it, and I'm glad we did. And
I'm just trying to provide a different angle. Like, I actually find this very interesting. I love.
no, I know you do, and that's why I knew we'd have a good conversation about it. But I just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It
don't
seems to
think
me like
that-
it's also just as possible that it could be a cover up. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that is possible. But I'm saying, like, I'm just looking at whether it's real or not. And I'm like, you can't just have a conversation with something like this and use that as proof that it's sentient.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there's all that other stuff. Like, well, I can't really prove if you're sentient or you're some sort of robot, some sort of meat puppet, Rich.
I might be. Maybe that's why I'm so fat. There's, they had to fit all the computers in
There's an error in your programming, Rich.
there. No. There's just there's so much computing power that.
Oh, you're just full
batteries.
of.
Yeah, my stomach
Yes.
is batteries. That's what it is.
Rich eats batteries when you're not looking. He's just like, no, must power the machine. What the hell was I gonna say?
Man.
Hold on, gotta find the topic. Da-da-da-da-da. I just had a segue, and then I lost it.
Was it Tesla or autopilot?
No, well, yeah, I mean that's AI related. Something about the replica chatbot. I don't know. I guess we'll go. Is this
Maybe.
Muskie Minutes? What is this?
I don't
it's
know.
Tesla.
I mean, it's still autopilot.
We
It's still
retire
AI.
Muskie Minutes. He's done. I mean, we could have had a Muskie Minutes topic because he's been like, he's like firing people from Tesla because they spoke up about him.
Yes.
When on the other hand, he's like touting that
He's
Twitter-
buying Twitter for free.
it's got to be all about
Yeah.
free speech.
Yeah.
But then he like
Fires
makes
people for not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
he's an
for-
idiot. I've been reading a lot of like crap he does, and I'm like, I no longer envy him. I mean, it's been a while since I was like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that poster. It was a meme. It was cool to have on my wall. But like now, I'm like, I really don't like him. He's just like a jerk. He has no like goal. He just likes doing things and causing
Yeah.
chaos. That like things that like they the company has some sort of cap on his tweets. They have to be reviewed now because he screwed up Tesla stocks when he made that post
Wow.
about possibly taking them public, or the other one where he dropped their value because then he wanted to make like $4.20 a share or something like that. He's just so desperate to like be funny and stuff to his Twitter followers and make memes and stuff. I mean, the man is a meme at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to do Muskie Minutes anymore. But the
Well, this
Tesla-
falls under the umbrella of AI, so we can just continue on.
Tesla Autopilot, which is a misleading term, it's not autopilot.
Andy's old school like an Elon. He liked Elon
Wait.
back when it was.
I remember when he's like the Elon hipster.
Yeah.
I listened to Elon before everyone else did.
He
Now
did
he's not-
kind of. He did kind of go off the deep end. It seems. You know.
Yeah. He's just like
He is. 100%
he's done good
Andy.
things. Done good things, but he's just a rich boy that moved to America, bought a company. He's not actually an inventor or a smart guy. He's just a rich guy.
I mean, I wouldn't.
He
say he's not a
surrounds
smart
himself
guy.
by he says like how I do so well, I surround myself by smart people, engineers and
But
all that crap.
There's an
So-
argument that you have to be a different kind of intelligence, but you still have to be incredibly smart to be able to
He's
be
an
able
entrepreneur.
yeah, to be able to coordinate that kind of an effort. Like,
Yeah,
Yes,
or
there's-
pay people to coordinate it for you. Rich people don't function the same way we do.
maybe.
Um,
Anywho,
Anyway, speaking of AI, Tesla's autopilot, in quotes, because you really
autopilot.
need to keep a hand on the wheel while that's going, which is only designed for certain areas. There's actually areas where autopilot is not recommended. It's recommended for major highways
Well,
and
I would
stuff.
imagine any of the roads in towns that haven't been painted in 30 years that you can't see the lines and
Yeah.
the edge of the road kind of merges with the dirt and the tar. Like,
Do not want to drive autopilot in Vermont.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You'll be driving on a road that's paved and brand new, and then suddenly it's dirt.
yeah,
Like they just stopped. Okay, so crashes involving Tesla's autopilot. 273 crashes over roughly a year. So that's like a crash a day. Most of the crashes were involved in tractor trailers that were changing lanes. I guess there's some sort of glitch, I guess.
like
Or
they're too low to the ground, maybe.
I don't know. And the other one was service vehicles. It crashed into a lot of service vehicles. It didn't recognize that they had their lights on, that somebody's in the breakdown lane.
Yeah.
Automakers reported 392 crashes involving their ADAS system. So that must be their system for that stuff. But everyone's using this as clickbait. Some of these crashes, the AI gave up control seconds before crashing.
Really?
And so the conspiracy is that it's programmed to do that. So
they don't hold it accountable.
Yes, exactly. Tesla does tell drivers that they need to pay full attention. Though don't call it autopilot, call it driver assist.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's such a misleading title for it to be. So numerous videos have popped up on the internet with people sleeping behind the wheel,
Oh yeah.
reading a
There
book.
was something I watched recently where somebody pulled up their Uber and the Uber driver was sleeping. Like had a little mask on their eyes and blanket.
Imagine if you imagine just doing Lyft and Uber and you're just like, I'm sleeping in my car and it'll
Yeah.
pick people up, drop them off. That's awesome. I don't think I would ever trust. Would you trust AI driving?
Hell no. Absolutely not. I
It's
already have issues with, and my car's
I don't even
not
want to be on
fancy.
the road with one.
My car's not fancy by any means, but it has the sensors that'll see the lines. And it
Yeah.
drives me fucking crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm on the line. That's where I want to be right now. Like, there could be a reason for it. There could be a pothole coming. There,
Does
Like,
it take control of the car, drive you away from
some
the line?
of them do. Mine does not. But some of them will jerk the wheel back. And I'm like, no.
No,
Okay.
no.
You
There
don't
can be-
know. You're just
I mean,
a
do
computer.
these things detect if like a skunk walks out in front of your car
Probably
and
not.
you're like trying to maneuver around it and it like jerks you into the path of the skunk or something? Like, I don't trust AI drivers. I don't even want to be on the road with them,
Yeah.
especially if people are sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love the fact that
That's why
someday,
I like some places. I think California was one of the first to do a law that requires you to be in the driver's seat and attentive. Like,
yeah,
that's important because
I don't know.
I actually read an article. I don't know why I didn't talk about it on the show, but a couple of weeks ago it was about how the car is becoming like the new living room. Like, people are focused on comfort and entertainment, and they're not focused on how the car drives anymore.
We were ahead of the curve back in
Yeah,
1991.
right? Yeah, we had it.
With Carputer.
Yeah.
Didn't you sell yours for like $400 at MIT?
Yeah.
Somebody bought the whole thing
Yeah.
off you.
Screen
so
and
cool.
everything. Screen and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's my point is, I don't like it at all, and I'm not going to allow it to take over. And like, I don't even like when I haven't turned this one off though. I don't like it, but it saved my life once. So, but it auto brakes.
I was just gonna say I like the braking assist.
Yeah,
'Cause
because if you lose your attention for a minute, you don't have to worry about plowing into somebody. It's going to stop you, but it scares the shit out of me every time.
Yeah, when it just happens.
Yeah.
I could use that because I can't tell you how many times I almost rear end somebody. Like, for instance, merging onto the highway where you gotta like, a-holes always drive in the slow lane.
Right.
Like they won't get over when exits are coming up.
Mm.
So, cars are sitting there at the on ramp, looking for a gap they can get up into the highway here. And I always either misjudge how far the car in front of me that's waiting to get on, or I think they already took off and I'm already looking for my gap.
Yeah.
And then I start to speed and I realize he hasn't moved.
Uh,
Like, I'm so surprised I haven't hit anyone yet. I have a really good driving record.
I hit one person. I didn't cause any damage at all. Like, the lady was cool about it. She was like, "No, we're good. There's no damage. We're good." But I was doing almost exactly the same thing, but I was coming out of a shopping center, and it was like an on-ramp onto the main road. And I saw her move in my peripherals, so I thought she went, and then I just hit the gas without looking back. And when I came back, it was too late. So
oh my god, what would your AI do? Remember I told you I was driving for Lyft. I was on the highway, and some idiot didn't tie down his patio furniture that was in the back of his car. And the wind
what a Tesla would do in that situation.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, because I had to navigate out of the way, and I still couldn't. It nicked the side of my car. So my drive the wheel thingy, the wheel well, yeah, it's all dented up. I'm really pissed about that. And of course, my camera was off, so I couldn't even get their license plate. People are so stupid. I would put my patio with umbrella and like these seats with like cloth, with like like canvas seats and backs that are just sails waiting to catch a gust.
Pretty much.
I'm not gonna tie it down. I'm just gonna do 80 on the highway. That's fine. So yeah, AI is that looking for things that small. Who knows? I don't understand how people can fall asleep like that. I would be so attentive and paranoid. But maybe after years of doing it, I would become complacent. I would become like,
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But Tesla says it's not an autopilot, people. I know we call it that, but
We call it that, but it's not.
you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
It's not like autopilot. What does autopilot mean?
It's.
I mean, technically, on a plane, autopilot, it just maintains altitude.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Well, I don't know. I think planes are so complicated now they can actually take off and land themselves.
I feel like I heard that recently somewhere.
Pilots have to do very little now. I think
But
they
they have
only
to
have
be
to pay
there.
attention on landing.
But they have to be there with the training and the knowledge on how to do it if
Two of 'em.
something fails, which is exactly the standard we should have for cars.
I agree.
So
I was looking like with loving eyes at a future where all the cars were automated and traffic wasn't a thing.
yeah,
And I don't know. This is still the infancy of.
of course, and there's always going to be. I mean, who knows? Tesla will probably not even exist in 50 years. It'll probably be some other company that came along and beat them out.
Elon will have run them into the ground.
Right. But I mean,
He still doesn't own Twitter.
if you think about it, like, look at how the computers have changed over the years, and obviously we've come a long way. The same will happen with this technology.
Where it becomes
And
so.
a sentient AI could help that future, and Google might know that, so they could be covering it up. So
Oh, a callback, Rich. I like that.
just saying.
We get that. Yeah, but when I don't know, and a true AI driving your car. I mean, what if it's just depressed one day? Since apparently AI has feelings, drives you off the road or
Right.
something. I don't know. I think cars and planes are too complicated to have that much automation
Well,
in a non-commercial
wouldn't-
environment.
I wouldn't say cars yet. I think we're getting there, but I don't think they're nearly as complex as planes. And
No, but I'm like, what is your say you're sleeping? What does the AI do if your tire blows out?
yeah,
Does it know to like counteract for that? Like, there's so many things I am concerned about with
Yeah.
that. Like, how would it react to this situation? I'm sure they've done tests.
I'm sure. I've seen tests where somebody like ran out in front of one, and the Tesla would react to it immediately. You see it on the sensors, and
Yeah, but wasn't one of our topics a guy that was just trying to cross a road, got plowed into by.
Yeah, but it wasn't it like because he was like dark skinned or something, and they couldn't tell.
Oh, it was racist.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was
I
some.
feel like it was something about his. Skin.
I think it's because it was dark, like it was nighttime.
Yeah, maybe
And
that was.
I think he was crossing a highway or something, which you definitely shouldn't do anyway. But
Yeah.
these things they're not just cameras. There's lasers.
He
There's
uses lidar and
lidar.
and
Lidar's so crazy.
yeah, it is. And we have it
Uh,
in phones now, which is why you can't, use lidar on your 5S because it didn't exist back then.
well, no shit. What's with the ring again, Rich?
Oh, so we talked about Ring extensively in one of our previous episodes, and a senator, Ed Markey, actually was asking Amazon to disclose how creepy their cameras can be
Yeah.
because he believes they are harmful surveillance practices and invasive data collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all know this, but it's a
We talked
senator doing something, asking the questions that need to be asked, and it was promising. I don't have any faith in politicians, so take it for what it's
No.
worth. But somebody's doing something about it in a position of power, so
Do you think they're going to try to crack down on?
I don't think anything's going to happen. No, nothing. But it's promising.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why do people even have to use Ring? I mean, you can get a Raspberry Pi in a camera. You can make your own.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the technical knowledge that's necessary for the entry into that product. A Ring, an idiot could set up.
Yeah, you could also drill a hole.
Pi is going to take a lot more knowledge to set up.
That's true. Well,
Although I would argue not that much more.
that's our $1 million idea, Rich.
I mean, there's literally
Create the anti-ring.
there's kits that you can purchase that have the camera and the Pi and everything. And all you got to do is follow the directions, put it together, and install the ISO. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's probably even you don't even have to set up the software. It's probably like an OS variant
there is.
that you can flash that's set up to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Anyhow,
we've actually gotten through most of our topics.
we do. We've been blasting them in the ass.
It's
I mean,
still almost 2 hours, but
Jesus Christ. Do you want to talk about our Xbox thing? I can skip the other
oh
game
no, I
news.
really want to talk about the Xbox. I'm excited about that.
What was it called? Getting Jay with games?
Getting Jay with games, yes.
Okay. Because y'all know what our other song was, and we cannot play it, especially today.
Yes.
Wait, why can't we? Why can't we get gay with games? It's Pride Month.
Because people will think that we're making fun of people,
Oh. Well, we're not.
and it's inappropriate.
Okay. We've matured so much, Rich. I'm so proud of us.
I'm proud of us.
We used to call each other gay. We haven't done that in forever.
Andy's excited for Getting Jay with games.
Yay.
We could just be like the creator of the GIF, and we can just call it Getting Gay with Games, but spell it with a J.
It's Jay. Whoa, that's brilliant. Getting # replace Jay with games. So we mentioned in our previous episode that me and Rich got Xbox Series X, one Xbox X's, and X. And so we decided, hey, let's play a game together finally the other night. And
Which I was super pumped up for.
I was too, and then you can tell I was just like, I'm going to bed. Forget it.
Yep.
Nothing but problems. I don't know if this is something that's wrong with Xbox, because it's definitely not as easy as it was on the 360
Yeah.
to join a game with a party. We're having mic issues, which somehow turns out your headset was so loud it was picking up both our voices.
Which it
in your
wasn't
mic.
very loud at all. I could barely hear it. But this mic right here, it actually pops out.
Whoa.
But, and this is my theory, to do that, it coils around this,
You
which
guys getting
is
crosstalk?
the speaker. So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
getting, crosstalk or some kind of audio is being
Reverb.
picked up, and
Yeah.
it was causing an echo on your end.
To the point where I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
Because I kept hearing my voice and stuttering, and to the point where I was like, Rich, let's just call each other on our phones. Let's be like 50-year-olds and just give up, call each other on the phones and chat that way. We had so many issues.
Yeah. It
Like-
wasn't anywhere near as easy as it was on previous consoles. And
We got
it was
one
frustrating.
game going. It wasn't online. It was just me and Rich and a couple bots playing Halo. That was literally the only game we played.
Yep.
And then we went to try to set up another game, and it just wouldn't load. It was just not. What was the issue? Like, it just wouldn't load the game.
I forget
and then-
exactly what happened, but it was something.
Issue.
It was something to do with the multiplayer not connecting us or something.
Yeah,
But-
it just wouldn't. I go to start game, and then it would just sit there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do anything,
Yeah.
and it was insane how many issues. Like, I mean, it should be expected from me and you.
Right. That's how we operate. Right.
We work in the tech field, nothing but problems. And I just gave up. Are we ever going to try this again, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've been playing nothing but single player. I want to try Back for Blood or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The Left 4 Dead people
Didn't
made
we
it.
try Grand Theft Auto Online too?
I don't know. Did we?
I think we did, and I think that was the one that we had the hardest time with.
It just wouldn't drop us in the same game.
Yeah.
It's like the old 360. If you're in a party, it automatically brings your party into the game you're playing, no matter what. But it seemed like that
Yeah.
wasn't working. Like, I joined a game and Rich wouldn't be there, even though he was in the lobby in the party.
Yeah.
It's just
We
like
could talk, even though it was echoey because of my stupid mic.
yeah, Rich had to turn his headset down as low as possible to where he couldn't hear me.
Which I already have trouble hearing, so putting it down low, I was like,
And I was just like, dude, fuck it, I'm done. It was so disappointing, especially for the
was.
money we're investing.
yeah.
So yeah, we should get our what's it set up?
I installed Twitch the other day so that we could do that. Actually, the night.
Then you can watch us struggle in real time.
Yeah.
Will it only? Well, I wonder if it'll stream like your in between game actions, or will it only stream a game that you're already in playing? You know what I mean? Will it see us having like issues navigating
I don't know.
party setup and crap like that?
Good
'Cause it's
question.
ugh.
You would
Have
know
you
more
found-
than me because I didn't have an
I-
Xbox One, so I was never able to stream.
Dude, I had an Xbox One back in 2018, and I didn't even nobody I knew had them, so I was just playing by myself.
Right. I
so I-
bought a 360 finally.
Yeah. God damn it, Rich! Would you catch up?
I
Well, now
remember
we're on-
being so excited in 2005 when they announced it. I was like, I'm going
But
to
then you
get one.
get it
I'm
for
so
10 years.
excited. And then I didn't get it for 10 full years.
My God, Goodwill was giving away Xbox 360s when
Yeah,
you
we have
finally
too many
got.
of them. Just take one.
Yeah.
You buy a stained shirt, you get a free Xbox.
Hey, I love Goodwill. A lot of my clothes. Are there. Yeah. So I haven't
We'll
there's
figure
also
it out, but it's frustrating. It
Here's
doesn't
another
seem
thing-
like it's as easy as it has been.
it's not intuitive, or we're just too old, Rich.
Maybe. But I stand by, if I can learn Snapchat, I can learn this.
That's true. I gave up on Snapchat. I have it, but it's pointless.
Yeah.
I noticed there's not a lot of games on Xbox One. Games I want to play.
Oh,
I mean, there's, like,
yeah. Games you
five
want
or-
to play.
5 or 6 titles. 4 of them are games I've already played on the PC.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't like Game Pass. Game Pass gives you all these games you can play and install for free.
Tons of
You're
them.
paying,
But
they will only give you the base install of the game. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. Like, I can download not Battlefield, Halo 5 or something like that. And then it's like it installs, and then I'm like, Well, this is just the base game. Everyone's doing these seasons now.
Right.
You know, with the DLCs, the add-on maps, all this crap is not come with Game Pass. You get the base, and so say Fallout 4 comes with Game Pass.
Yeah.
You install it, you get just Fallout 4. You don't get the 5 DLCs. You don't get whatever else came with it. You have to pay for that. So all Game Pass is just like if you want to demo a game. If you actually want to play the full game, you gotta buy it.
A little bit more than a demo. It's not like you're only getting like one level. You're getting the whole game. You're just not getting the extras. You know.
Well, okay, so the extras nowadays are the game. They don't. It's not like back in the day where like you could play and just avoid the DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
They're like so integral to the game now. Like if you go play an online game, you're not going to match up with anyone because they have all the expansion packs, all the DLC maps and stuff. So
Why
I
did
feel
you
like
do it with Game Pass, Andy? That's the question. Game Pass is the key. See, we both
What?
got Game Pass because we bought the Xbox Game Pass package. Okay, so Andy says he got all the DLC with his Game Pass install.
have to double check. I've not actually installed Fallout. I was just using it as an example.
Yeah.
When I go to the store to look at a game, it says open in store. If I'm looking at the Game Pass games, and then I see it'll show Fallout, and then Fallout for the Ultimate Edition, which is like however much it is.
Right.
But the one on the left that just says Fallout 4 says Game Pass, and I can install that. The other options are money. Give us money. So I don't know if they just say Fallout 4 and they include the DLCs, but I'm noticing I'm having to buy all the expansion crap. I've like had to make purchases. So I'm like, Game Pass isn't really older games though are great. Like if you like they have some original Xbox games and some 360 games. I'm playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma a remaster.
Yeah.
But the boob physics.
You sent me the boob physics. Yeah.
I should be recording screenshots. The boobs, they have to be a joke. There's this character in Ninja Gaiden, it's a female, dressed like she's in bondage, like boobs akimbo. Like, I was showing Rich me moving the character around. Every time she moves, it's like the boobs do all this extra emotion that the character doesn't do.
Yeah.
And I know they're like, kids will love this, but at one point I'm like, this has got to be satirical. They're like doing this because it's funny. That this character is so sexist and like treated like a piece of meat. There's a point where she gets knocked out by like some villain, and she falls to the ground. Her body immediately stops, but her boobs are still moving. She's like knocked out, unconscious.
Oh my
and it's
God.
like zooming out from her, and her boobs are like still moving. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Andy, that's interesting because I did see the thing that said to download the Game Pass app, and I was like, I ain't downloading a fucking app for my Xbox.
I go to games and then the Game Pass,
which is what I do too. But he says there's an actual app, and then I'm gonna install it now and see.
I will check it out
for the boob physics.
I will. I'll get some. I'll get some boob physics screenshots because I got two more Ninja Gaiden games to play. I'm guessing because the first one came out in 2009, so I'm guessing they're more lenient with that kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was before the Me Too movement. It was back when people could be terrible.
For science, of course, he says. And whenever there's a cutscene where like the characters are talking, like the woman's tits take up, like it's like not even focused on her face. It's just like boobs, and she's like kind of talking. It's way too much, man. Not in this day and age. I was telling Rich.
No, definitely not current year.
I was telling Rich, we were chatting about it, and I was like, if they made this game nowadays, she'd be wearing like a turtleneck.
For real.
I get away with that
with a sports bra.
Yeah. What was that game? It was like a volleyball game.
Oh, Left 4 no, not Left 4 Dead.
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive. I think they have that too.
I had the patch on my Xbox, my OG Xbox, so they
made them naked.
Took their clothes off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. So yeah, I mean, Game Pass. We'll have to look into this Game Pass app.
Volleyball. in quotes.
Volleyball. Do you actually play the game, or is it just play itself and you watch?
I have no idea. I've played it like once. There, if
I'll do a review on it. I gotta do a review.
I think I probably still have it on my Xbox because it's right there. You know.
They do. Did for some reason the Xbox app installed on all my devices? Because it's linked to my Microsoft account, so it's on my PC.
Yeah.
I think I might have downloaded it on my phone, which also put it on my iPad.
Yeah.
So whenever I get an achievement, all around my house you hear "Ba-doop,
Yes.
ba-doop, ba-doop."
Yes. Because of the apps. That's
I mean,
that's why I was like, you know what? I'm not installing another app.
I'm like, can't we? Aren't we at the point where something can detect that you're logged in on a device and then
Yes,
just not play?
actually, we are getting to that point because I get annoyed every damn day because I have like 6 devices I use at work that have my email. And every
Yes.
time I log into it, Gmail's like, do you want to disable mobile notifications while you're using
Wait,
this desktop? I'm like,
doesn't
no.
No? Oh wow.
What?
Oh, I thought you were answering my question. I said, doesn't Facebook do that?
Oh, maybe they do, but I don't use Facebook, so I don't know.
Oh. You talk to me on Facebook.
That's literally the only thing I do on Facebook. I may have posted like one thing in the last 2 years.
There, I'm switching back.
Hey, there's a new Shadowrun coming to the Xbox Game Pass.
What's that? Do you like my new glasses? Or they look so much like my last ones you can't tell?
No, they look good.
I'm trying to find like those 80s glasses like the gamer chicks wear.
Oh yeah, the big thick ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find I keep thinking I ordered them on Zenny. Like these looked way bigger
Yeah.
than the ones I ordered. So there's like a scale issue. So I can't. That's one of the things about eyeglass stores. You can actually go in, physically try on glasses.
Yeah.
If you use Zenny, you have to rely on a static
picture.
image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the picture, like where it like attempts to make it look like it's on your face.
No, yeah, I know it looks
I feel
great.
like they did a decent job, which is, you know, the big failure with online clothing and stuff like that is you have to be
You
able
don't
to try it on. Yeah, you don't know how it's going to look.
Exactly.
And I
When
don't
I
know
went-
that there's any way to get past that. I think quick returns like Amazon is the only way.
Well, yeah, there's always that, but if you're in that like I need it now kind of mode,
Right.
I hate doing that. That's why I go buy stuff instead of ordering it online sometimes.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about our other games, or
That's up to you. They're your topics.
well, I don't. Yeah, I just want to talk about Bethesda. Did they do E3 or it was some sort of Xbox game thing? Not E3, but it was their thing. They did. Let me open the link, then it'll tell me where they did it. Bethesda, creator of Elder Scrolls and Fallout, is releasing a game called Starfield.
Ooh.
So, like I was saying, there's not a lot of games on the Xbox. I don't know if it is like COVID related or. I mean, there's games. Obviously, there's games, but there just doesn't seem to be a lot of AAA titles that I want to play. I was looking for Deathloop, which I love to play on PC. I was like, oh, this would be great to play on 4K on my giant TV. Not releasing till October. Apparently, it was like, what is it when they only release on one system?
I don't know.
Exclusive. It was
Right.
exclusive to PlayStation, and for some reason, Steam, you could get it on Steam. So I gotta wait for that. So it is an open universe space game. So you're thinking like Elder Scrolls, Fallout in space.
Yeah.
Where everything's customizable, like your character, your ship. You can. Everyone's worried that this is going to be like another No Man's Sky. Remember that?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it procedurally generated like No Man's Sky? Oh boy.
But they say there's only 1,000 or so planets. It's not like
It's not
billion.
endless. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, well, you know, we're scared this is going to be like just a bunch of empty planets that have a different paint job from planet to planet. You know, everything's pretty much the same. They said that I'm going to get it. Like, I want to play it. because I have faith in Bethesda. It's
Are they an EA company?
no, hell no. Bethesda's their own thing,
Good.
as far as I know. So yeah, they showed it off and it looked great, looked beautiful. It's got like space combat. You know, you can warp between systems. It looks like
That's right. They are a Microsoft company.
they're owned by Microsoft.
I believe they are.
Okay. Microsoft hasn't put out shitty games. Well, actually, they put out a couple, but some of them I actually like, even though they didn't do well. So
Microsoft purchased ZeniMax, but they maintain the company will continue to operate a separate business. So yeah,
what's ZeniMax?
the media company that owns Bethesda software and a bunch of
Okay.
other things, I'm sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So they got a bigger company behind them this time. That's good. And they said they've been working on this for like, I don't know, almost 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Zenny is not related to the Zenny optical we're talking about. Also, people.
Right.
When did they come out with the new Fallout?
It's a spaghetti mess of subsidiary bullshit, Andy said.
Yeah, try not to think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Everybody's owned by somebody else. It's the Agar.io again.
oh yeah, that ancient metaphor we use.
Mm-hmm.
We
Some
should
people
play that.
might get it. You know that's pay to win now too, right?
No.
You get coins and stuff.
No, you can still play, but
Yeah.
you're gonna get your ass handed to you
Yeah.
by everyone that actually pays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I tried to install SimCity. They had like a SimCity game for the iDevices, and it's totally pay to win. Hey, look at that. Yeah, right. So you need to get our streaming set up so we can play games.
Yeah.
Yeah, or we could do like I totally do an episode where you just play this
Yeah.
again.
It's not even working.
That's so fun.
Oh, I did a one to play with friends. And I don't have any friends. So.
Welcome to my world. So that was it. That's all I have.
Anyway. Oh my god, I started the loop. Well, all right. We actually got through all of our topics
Hooray!
in just under 2 hours.
It's gonna be a action-packed episode then.
Yeah.
We could always split them up into 2 separate episodes. Hey,
We could, but I'm not.
statistics.
really-
Have you looked up statistics?
No, I haven't.
At all. I would like to get a statistics report from you, Rich.
Okay, I'll give you a statistics report.
Don't make shit up.
We have 4 billion million views.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I'll have to really see if Zenny does any marketing with like podcasts and stuff, because we do
Yeah.
give them enough.
We've talked about them like 60
Yeah.
times. They're probably like, yeah, we do, but not for you.
But yeah, we were, but you guys do it for free, so
Yeah.
keep it up.
Oh man.
And we can now turn off our rainbow logos because we've gotten what we want.
Right. No. We still
Like
got a
all the-
couple weeks. We'll
There's
leave
a funny meme. That movie where not where the aliens are taking over the world and the guy wears the sunglasses, and when he puts them on, he can like see, like the alien. Obey. There was like the big sign from it. What the hell was that movie called? Never mind. Anyway,
I remember the movie, but I don't think I ever watched it.
somebody was doing that with the companies.
Yeah.
And then he takes it off and it's like, buy our shit, queers.
Oh my god.
Puts it on and it's like, we're celebrating Pride Month because we care.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
What was that movie called? Simpsons did the parody of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, I mean, since Simpsons have done a parody of freaking everything.
Pretty much. They've been on for like fucking 35 years. It's a one world.
They live.
title.
Thank you.
They live.
Yes.
Interesting.
Which I don't even think I've actually seen that movie. I've just seen enough pop culture about it
Yeah,
that I've probably seen it. Just like Harry Potter, I know like all about.
just enough to know.
No, I know all about Harry Potter just through memes and people talking about it and stuff. And I've never seen any of them. All right.
Well, all right. This has been a great show.
Great.
Am I gonna play my outro, or are you gonna just be like, no, we'll put it in post, Rich?
Yeah, we'll just do it a post, you dork. I don't know if I like the automated
Well, fine.
outro. I think we should say it.
We'll just do it in post.
Yeah, we'll do it in post. Fuck it, we'll do it in post.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, subscribe and stuff.
And turn on notifications.
Hey, and our like only 2 listeners, I hope you've like gone
Thanks,
on
Drizzle.
iTunes.
There's more than 2 people here. There's only 2 people chatting, but there's more than 2 people watching.
To our people that are watching or listening, you know who you are. Have you gone and like 5-starred us
If
or
not,
anything?
that'd be really rad.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna shun that and be like, if you haven't, you should be ashamed. Especially our friends that we forced to watch our show.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of, have we gone to 5-starred ourselves? Create a bunch of dummy accounts?
No, you just got onto me for liking my own posts. Why would I do something like that?
No, well, if we're making dummy accounts, it's secret. You can make as many dummy accounts and like our posts as you want.
Yeah.
And you go and like your own posts. It's really lame. That was so funny. I liked it.
I'm bad about it, though. I'm bad about subscribing to people that I watch. I'm bad about liking people and reviewing them. Like, I just don't. You know what? I review the ones that piss me off. Like, there's this one production company that is fantastic. They put out all kinds of different shows. They're like storyless, that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And they take literally 2 months between episode releases. And then this last one that came out, they were like, it's going to take a little longer than usual to release episodes. And I'm like, how much longer can you go? Like, what the hell?
I follow people, they post like 3 times a week.
See, that would be too much for me. But I wanted a little bit more than every 2 months. Because, like, it's a storyline. So then you got to, like, remember, like, what happened in the last episode? And then...
Do you support them? Are you subscribed to their Patreon? Are you using an ad blocker? Are they not getting any money from you? And you're like...
Yeah, of course they're not getting anything from me.
All right, well,
It's
then
a free
shut up.
podcast.
So contribute to it so they have a budget. People don't want to do stuff for free, except you and me, apparently.
Apparently just you and me, yeah.
No matter how long we do this, we've not made a cent.
Nope. It's been a huge loss, but it's been fun. So
I only started this so my kids could listen to it after I kill myself.
Right.
So they have some like content to their father.
Jesus Christ.
And
that's not the only reason.
Oh no, yeah.
I started at the bottom and we're still here.
Aw. We should
drizzle.
We should start a song. We should make a rap song again, Rich.
Started from the bottom and we're still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to give Drizzle some credit.
Oh yeah.
Props to Drizzle.
Yeah, Drizzle, I was talking to Rich saying, why have you not come on our show? Rich has all his stupid friends on the show.
We've had more of your friends on the show than mine, okay?
Well, in person, in the house. Like, we don't have anyone like, joining remotely.
Oh, yeah.
Drizzle, look, I'm just trying to get Drizzle on the show.
That's a beautiful question, he said.
Well, I mean, when you're not, like, jerking off over the hockey game or whatever it is you do. Like, you should come on the show, man. We've only talked about you for, like, years. I don't know. Does Drizzle even have a tech background, or does he just listen to us randomly? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it's great.
I don't remember. I feel like you can tell when people don't know anything about tech, though. Like,
he works in IT.
Well, there you go.
See, I'm sure you have opinions about things in IT. We won't just be like, you, say something.
I want to know about Exchange servers.
Yes. How relevant are they in today's day and age? I gotta take that off my resume. Actually,
Wait, so so we attracted a single viewer naturally,
yes,
organically,
he is our
and
only.
he actually is working in IT and enjoys the show.
He's our demographic market.
That's amazing.
We nailed it, Rich. We did it.
We did it.
We can
All right,
retire.
we don't have to do any more shows. We can retire.
Thanks, Drizzle.
Oh
I hope
my
Drizzle's
God.
doing a good job of being like, hey, everyone, listen to this stupid podcast.
Damn it, Andy.
with the batteries.
No. There's a funny story behind this, and I know I've talked about it on the pod way back, but I used to work overnights doing server support for a company.
Wait. He found us doing a Google search.
Nice.
Drizzle said.
The drunk part really pulled him in.
Did you put drunk, or did we show up as drunk? Didn't we used to check like where we showed up,
Yeah.
like, and we're always like number 104.
Yeah, 3 pages in. Anyways, funny story. When I was working overnights, I mean, I worked a full-time job during the day and then a full-time job overnight.
Mhm.
And I got tired. Obviously, I was working 16 hours a day all week.
Yes.
And I fucking started falling asleep one day while I was doing tickets. And there was a ticket that I did, and I just trailed off into nonsense about my belly. And I actually replied to the ticket with it. And I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I need more sleep.
Stream of thought as you're typing.
Yes,
sorry,
exactly.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to find the post because I took a picture of it, and I'm gonna put it on our Facebook so people can see it. 'Cause
Beautiful.
It's pretty damn funny. But that's what he was referencing. It wasn't the batteries in the belly from earlier.
I don't get all your guys in jokes.
Well, I'm pretty sure I told you the story before because I know I've talked about it on the show.
Rich, I remember everything.
Oh,
so
I know.
I
Here it
would
is
know.
right here. So I wrote, the restore of the 1029 backup has been initiated. Please note that this process may take several hours. I will keep you informed throughout the belly.
In my belly.
Here it is. I'm going to share it so you can see it.
What
There it
what
is.
what was belly supposed to be throughout
I don't know.
throughout the day, throughout the
I have no idea. Throughout the process, probably. But
throughout the chunk hungry? Get in belly.
there was also another time I did something about vampires, but I caught it before I hit submit, and I was able to delete it.
Oh my god.
But oh my god, yeah, sleep deprivation and IT work don't really mix. So
No. When I first started at National Grid, I had sleep problems, and I could fall driving home. I would stop at halfway point and sleep in my car for 4 hours,
oh wow.
and I spent all morning driving to work trying not to fall asleep behind the wheel, which I